So Leo, your week commencing the 13th of January forecast begins with the North Node having inversed to join up with Neptune in your 8th house. The 8th house is quite complex. It can be where we're invested. It can also be where we're devoted, but it also can be a time of transformation because you've had Saturn in that area for the last couple of years. Joint finances particularly, or any challenges around intimacy may have really shown up. Your sensitivity around those things can really be heightened by that combination, but they both link back to Mars in your 12th house. Is there something that you're avoiding around a complex issue in your life? Because that and the full moon on Monday and the fact that Uranus feeds into that full moon suggest that you may need to engage with something that perhaps has been proven to be a little worrisome or difficult, and it may in a way be a challenge for you to do so because it can feel that your vulnerabilities are being exposed. It's very important for Leo people to feel respected, and ever since Mars inverted in its retrograde on the 6th of January into the sensitive Cancer, you may have felt that your emotional world was that much more turbulent. Also professionally, with the Sun in the 6th house in the full moon, that's very much about details, it's about practicalities, but it also can see colleagues being quite critical, but they may not express that criticism in an open way. So all round, it's quite a complex set of energies at the very start of this week for you. But keep the faith, because perhaps something that is delicate does actually need to come out, whether it's you saying how you feel or someone sharing how they feel about you. It may be an observation that you find difficult to hear. It could be in some ways quite personal, but once it's released, it helps you to move forwards, and that release could happen as Venus applies to Saturn. Now, ironically, particularly around finances, that's a combination which could bring a stroke of fortune. It may be some kind of deal is cemented in, but unfortunately, in terms of the intimate side of a relationship, if things haven't been working very well, that can make you or the other person much more aware of the distance that seems to have emerged between you. But if you really want to make this alliance work, and it doesn't have to be a romantic involvement, as the Sun moves to join up with Pluto at the end of this week in your sector of relating, that could be a time of resetting your position, becoming much more conscious that there is a need to see beyond what's more obviously in front of you. And I think the energy in Pisces at the present time, and as this week goes on, is really asking you to embrace that more psychological dimension. It will give you a lot more understanding of why some things have felt out of kilter, or why some people have felt distant or detached, or perhaps not very in touch with you. By the end of this week, you can go on the front foot and really say what you want, but also demand them to say how they really feel. If you've yet to watch your year 2025 deep dive video forecast, please see the link beneath this video.